What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and The Last of Us 2 is still causing major problems for gamers, streamers, and just, I guess, people in general. I don't know. A very popular Twitch streamer was just banned for 2 weeks simply for speculating on Abby's orientation. Something that I don't think is an unreasonable thing to speculate. It's not like Naughty Dog came out to clear the air and let everyone know what was going on. It's very bizarre to see a woman with that huge build, especially in a zombie apocalypse. I assume she's probably eating 2 zebras a day to maintain that body mass. It's a reasonable question when you look at how progressive Naughty Dog is as a studio and the comments that Neil Druckmann has said. And just like that, this creator is out of work for the next 2 weeks. And that's why ways to support your favorite content creators outside of these platforms is super important. That's why I've created a Superfans page. In fact, this video's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Superfans. Now, you know I'm a huge First Amendment supporter and a supporter of new technology. And for once, I actually get to do an ad for both. Now, we know the First Amendment has been under attack by big tech, and it's only going to get worse. Cancel culture is in full swing, and many creators, including myself, are under constant threat of deplatforming and demonetization. Superfans is a new platform that supports public and civil discourse. Think of Superfans as a fusion of Patreon, Cameo, Subscribestar, and Instagram, minus all of the judgment. All of my feeds, like YouTube, all sync directly into Superfans. They even have a special agreement with creators like myself, so I have full ownership of my fans and followers, arguably the first platform to ever do that. Head on over to superfans.co/thequartering. Check out my content there, including some of my early original videos. Let me know what you think, let me know how the site can be improved, and look for other creators that you want to support on Superfans. By the way, if Abby is or was trans, so what? None of that matters. But what looks bad is when you start banning people over it and you start getting super defensive over it, like banning people on Twitter for memeing it, writing articles that say, gamers just aren't ready for muscular women. Hey, I love my muscular ladies. I love my non-muscular ladies. They're all good by me. But Ginity confirms Twitch ban after The Last of Us 2 comments. The Last of Us 2 has been a divisive release among fans of the franchise, with many critics taking issue with key elements and characters in the title story. One character in particular has seen ample discourse: Abby, a muscular female character who receives backlash from critics who claimed her body was too unrealistically fit in the game's post-apocalyptic world. By the way, a totally reasonable critique. I mean, don't you think? You could make the same critique of any man. By the way, also, most people don't like Abby because of what she does in the game, not because of her muscular build, but that's neither here nor there. Ginny's ban from Twitch was made public via streamer bans on Twitter and is surprisingly tied into the conversation around Abby, as she admitted in her private Discord channel shortly thereafter. It's not surprising to me. We know that Twitch is a censorious hellscape. We know that Twitch is ultra sensitive around progressive topics. And the problem is, when you do this, when this is how you react, you signal to allies, quote unquote, out there that you're one of them and that you're woke, but also you create a group of people that get mad about it and then have an issue with it. See, that's the problem with Twitch having a take at all. I digress. Screenshots taken by Deserto, some real investigative journalism there, Deserto, show multiple messages from Ginny. One reading, "I just got a 2-week ban for calling Abby trans during The Last of Us 2 so-called hateful comment." and banned. A recovered clip of the incident has been released in which Ginny did indeed make the comment while playing Abby during a proportion of the game. I want to see Ellie and Joel. Like, seriously, she said. I don't want to look at this trans person anymore, please. I mean, that's pretty spicy. That's pretty spicy, I will say. That's not exactly just, how do you say it? That's not just exactly speculating that the character is trans, but they also didn't use like any kind of a slur anymore, are there? What do you mean? Whoa, Ginny, she continued, in apparent reply to backlash she may receive from the chat over the matter. You guys call me trans. Oh my God, you know, like I have no patience. While many of Ginny's fans have argued that a 2-week suspension seems a bit lengthy, plenty have expressed concern over her comment, with some claiming she's made similar comments in the past. You see, I know people are defending Jenny here, but that's the way she says, I don't want to look at this transgender anymore. Sounds pretty bad. Probably shouldn't be a 2-week ban, though. I enjoy Ginny's content a lot, and I've seen her do a lot of trans jokes, but they were super iffy. I give her the benefit of the doubt that she doesn't really care, get what she's doing, since a lot of her humor comes from Twitch chat, but she has to realize what she's saying. I don't know. I think the ultimate inclusion is when everybody makes fun of everybody. When everybody makes fun of each other, then we're all part of the same group. But nonetheless, Ginny has yet to make any public statement. Well, she did make a public statement and an apology. I received a suspension on Twitch for commenting on a character called Abby in The Last of Us 2. And these are the kind of eye-rolling superiority complex comments that you get. Reflect on this ban. Educate yourself on the LGBTQIA+, and most important of them, think before you speak. The internet picks up on these things very quickly, and you could have gotten deeper trouble. Why does look, have close personal friends who are gay, and they can take jokes as easily as they dish them out. I don't know, obviously, hundreds of members of the LGBTQ community personally. Many of them follow my content. But why are they so sensitive? Why can't, are you kidding me? It's so absurd to think like you can't make jokes because they just can't handle it. I don't view members of the LGBTQ community as less than. Or unable to handle the same thing anyone else could. But that's just me. I mean, I treat people as equals, I guess. I don't know. I don't treat people as a protected class. But then Twitch quickly rolled it back after just 8 hours. After being handed a 2-week suspension, Twitch streamer Ginny has had her ban lifted after only 8 hours, following her public statement and apology. Ginny had been streaming The Last of Us 2 on July 24th when the ban struck after comments she made about one of the game's leading characters, Abby. The streamer that said due to her frustration with the character in the story, she just wanted to say, I don't want to look at her anymore, but I put it the wrong way. The character has a notably large and muscular physique, and Ginny called her transgender. The character was not, in fact, transgender. I mean, I don't know. It's possible. I think the studio did come out. I'm pretty sure the studio came out and clarified that. But nonetheless, and again, who cares? I don't care. I wasn't 100% sure if she was transgender or not. I saw a lot of people talking about it. So while thinking, I thought it was okay to use that word to describe her. It is okay. I mean, you were wrong. She isn't, but is that really a 2-week suspension worthy? I really didn't mean to hate on someone, and I have nothing against transgender people, Ginny continued in her statement. I sincerely apologize for anyone who got offended by it, and I promise that in the future I'll be more educated and careful with what I say and do on stream. This is the world that Twitch wants. You know, and it's even worse now, by the way, because they have a virtual monopoly on streaming. Explaining her comment, she said, I just wasn't interested in Abby's story during the game. I thought it was boring and exhausting, so I wanted to say I don't want to look at her anymore, but I put it the wrong way. That's reasonable. It did come out a little crass, I will admit, but a 2-week suspension for that? Twitch has a zero tolerance policy for what it calls hateful conduct on the platform, and even first-time violations typically result in a lengthy ban. Yeah, well, she was banned for 8 hours. It's unclear exactly why Twitch reversed this decision to hand Ginny a 2-week ban. The Amazon-owned platform says that it always takes context into account when issuing community guideline strikes, and streamers always have the option to appeal. Twitch does not comment on individual bans. Well, certainly we know they don't comment on them because we still don't know what happened with Dr. Disrespect. I look, I fully admit I may have a blind spot here. I definitely have a blind spot here. But it is my opinion that reacting this way is not good. What it does is create, just as positive allies it creates people that are resentful. You know, instead of banning her, maybe you could have reached out behind the scenes and say, hey, look, this kind of stuff is going to lead to a ban, so you better clean up your language, or that kind of thing. But when you ban a popular streamer, you're going to have thousands of their fans that are pissed off about it. And then they're going to say, oh, why was she banned? Oh, for this. And then there's going to be some sort of crossover where people are mad. You know, people haven't viewed transgender people in a negative light because this ban happened to somebody they like. Is it fair? No. But is it the reality? Yes. And that's what happens when you have platforms that want to get in there and compel speech and tell people exactly what to say, exactly how to say it, and you end up getting banned. It's ridiculous, but it is, of course, the modern internet. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.